The adventure of the Rainbow Bridge in the peaceful village of Brookhaven, where the hills were green and the rivers flowed like crystal, there was a legend that filled every child's heart with wonder. It was the tale of the Rainbow Bridge, a magical path that only appeared once in a lifetime. It was said that the bridge connected the earth to a distant land in the clouds, a land filled with endless adventure, treasures, and secrets. But no one knew when or where the bridge would appear. A curious and adventurous girl named Leila had always dreamed of finding the Rainbow Bridge. She loved listening to the stories of its magic and spent her days exploring the fields and forests around her village, hoping to be the one chosen to cross the legendary bridge. One morning, after a heavy rain, Leila was sitting by the riverbank when something extraordinary happened. As the sun broke through the clouds, a bright and colorful rainbow appeared in the sky. But this rainbow was different. It shimmered and glowed, and as Leila watched, she realized that the rainbow was touching the ground right in front of her. Her heart raced with excitement. "It's the Rainbow Bridge," she gasped. Without a moment's hesitation, Leila ran toward the glowing rainbow. As she got closer, she saw that the rainbow wasn't just a trick of the light. It was solid, a shimmering bridge made of all the colors of the rainbow. "This is it," Leila whispered. "The Rainbow Bridge is real." Taking a deep breath, Leila stepped onto the bridge, and as soon as her foot touched the surface, a magical feeling washed over her. The bridge was soft beneath her feet, like walking on air, and it stretched high into the sky, disappearing into the clouds. "This is the adventure I've always dreamed of," Leila said, her eyes wide with wonder. "I'm ready." The journey across the Rainbow Bridge. As Leila walked across the bridge, the colors around her shimmered and changed with every step. Red turned to orange turned to yellow, and so on, until she felt like she was walking through a living rainbow. The higher she climbed, the more magical the world became. She could see sparkling rivers far below, forests made of trees with golden leaves, and tiny birds with wings that glittered like diamonds. The air was cool and fresh, and Leila felt lighter with every step she took. Soon, she reached the middle of the bridge, where a beautiful creature was waiting for her. It was a unicorn, its coat shining with the same colors as the rainbow, and its mane flowing like the wind. "Welcome, Leila," the unicorn said, its voice soft and gentle. "I am Liora, the guardian of the Rainbow Bridge." Leila couldn't believe her eyes. A unicorn? I've never seen anything so beautiful." Liora smiled. "You are the first to step onto the Rainbow Bridge in many years. It is a path of great adventure, but also of great challenge. Are you ready to continue?" Leila nodded eagerly. "Yes. I've waited my whole life for this." The land of the clouds with Liora guiding her, Leila continued across the Rainbow Bridge until they reached the land of the clouds. It was even more breathtaking than the stories had described. The clouds were soft and fluffy, and they sparkled like silver in the sunlight. In the distance, Leila could see towers made of crystal, glowing trees, and fields of flowers that seemed to dance in the wind. "This is amazing," Leila said, spinning around in wonder. But Leora's expression grew serious. "The land of the clouds is filled with wonders, but also with secrets. There is a treasure hidden here, one that can only be found by someone with a brave heart and a kind soul." Leila's eyes lit up. "A treasure? What kind of treasure?" "The greatest treasure of all," Liora replied. "But to find it you must pass 3 trials. Only then will the treasure reveal itself." Leila felt a flutter of nerves but also excitement. "I'm ready. What are the trials?" "The trials of the Rainbow Bridge. The first trial was the trial of reflection." Liora led Leila to a lake made of the clearest water she had ever seen. The surface was so smooth it was like looking into a mirror. "To pass this trial," Liora explained, "you must look into the lake and see not just yourself, but the truth within your heart." Leila knelt by the lake and gazed into the water. At first, she saw only her reflection, but then the image began to change. She saw herself helping others, being kind to her friends, and standing up for what was right. She saw the moments that made her who she was. "I see it now," Leila said softly. "I am brave because I care for others. I am kind because I know it's the right thing to do. The lake shimmered, and Leora nodded. You have passed the first trial. The second trial was the trial of courage. Leora led Leila to a tall, glowing tree, its branches stretching far into the sky. To pass this trial, Leora said, you must climb to the top of the tree and face whatever lies at its peak. Leila took a deep breath and began to climb. The tree's branches were strong, but as she climbed higher, the wind grew stronger, swirling around her. For a moment, she felt afraid, but she pushed forward, knowing she had to be brave. At the top of the tree, she found a glowing fruit, pulsing with light. She reached out and took it, feeling the warmth of courage fill her heart. You have passed the second trial, Leora said, smiling. The third trial was the trial of kindness. This time, Leora led Leila to a field filled with animals, rabbits, birds, and deer, all looking at her with curiosity. To pass this trial, Leora explained, you must show kindness to those who need it. Leila knelt down and noticed a small bird with a broken wing. She gently picked it up and whispered kind words to it, wrapping its wing in a soft cloth from her backpack. As soon as she did, the bird's wing healed, and it flew into the sky, singing a sweet song. You have passed the final trial, Leora said. You are ready to find the treasure. The greatest treasure with all 3 trials complete, Leora led Leila to the highest point in the land of the clouds. There, resting on a bed of soft, glowing moss, was a crystal box. Inside the box was a beautiful golden heart, shining with the light of the rainbow. This is the treasure, Leora said. It is a symbol of the kindness, courage, and love that you have shown. It is the greatest treasure of all, the treasure of a good heart. Leila smiled as she held the golden heart in her hands. She knew that this treasure was more valuable than any riches. As she made her way back across the rainbow bridge, Leila felt proud and happy. She had gone on the adventure of a lifetime, and she had discovered that the greatest treasure wasn't gold or jewels, but the love and kindness inside her heart. And from that day on, Leila knew that she would always carry the magic of the rainbow bridge with her, no matter where she went.